Another edition of And Then I Said. And if you were listening the other day, we had a couple of guests on the show, and we had so much more to talk about, as we always do with a half-hour show, that we had asked them to come back, and we're going to talk a little bit about what we did talk about and also some new things. So we have Patsy Brown. Patsy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me
And
again.
we have her husband, André Haynes. Patsy is with Patsy's Community Closet, and André is with the Armed Forces Chamber of Commerce, which is, I know you guys are in Nevada. Are you strictly Nevada, or are you nationwide?
You know what? Very soon we're going to be nationwide. We're looking to, in the next year, expand to California, Florida, and Texas. And the reason for those states, they are the only states in America that have a veteran population of 1 million or more.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
And so now, are you a veteran, Andre?
I am not. I come from 3 generations of veterans, so I'm very involved in their lives, and I understand the veterans' plight, and that's why I have an appreciation and passion for supporting veterans.
Good. So when did you form the chamber?
Ooh, wow. It's back in 2017, so we're about 8 years old now.
Okay, very good. And are you a native Nevadan?
No, I moved to Nevada. Well, you know what? I guess we could say I am. When I moved to Nevada, it was 1993. I was 15 years old, so I've been there a little more than 30 years now.
Okay.
So I guess we could say I'm a native.
Yeah. And where'd you come from?
Southern California. I lived in Diamond Bar, which is nearby Anaheim, which is the home to Disneyland.
Oh, so you went there a lot?
I did. Yep, I sure did. I had the season pass.
Oh, very good, very good. Season
I never
passes.
met Mickey Mouse though.
No, oh, I thought he was there all the time. I don't know.
Maybe he was hiding from me.
He was he was out doing personal appearances and stuff. Yeah. So you started the Veterans Chamber and
Armed Forces Chamber.
Armed Forces Chamber, what's the main mission? What does the chamber do?
You know what? Mainly 2 functions. One is supporting armed forces members and their business needs. So if they're looking to start a business, grow a business, sustain a business, we provide the support they need from inception to a business plan, workforce development, funding, grants, etc. A long list. We provide that support. And then the other function is in the community by providing essential products and services.
Now, this is your members, your business members. Do they have to be veterans to own a business and join?
They do not. Some of our members, they actually have products or services that are special for veterans, and then some of them are just big fans and supporters of veterans who say, "Hey, I'd like to extend my service or my company to a veteran." Right now, I would say 60% of the members are veteran-owned, 40% are civilians and advocates. So you can join the Armed Forces Chamber, and you do not have to be a veteran-owned business.
Okay, excellent. Good to know. So you have members, clients, whatever you call them, all over the state?
Yes, we do.
Right.
Southern and northern Nevada, southern Arizona, and we also have some in Southern California right now.
I see.
But our headquarters is based in Southern Nevada. Our main office is in Clark County, Las Vegas, Nevada, but we also have satellite offices in Pahrump and other places.
You do have a satellite office up here?
Yes, sir.
I see. And do you have, how many people work for the chamber? Is it basically you and your wife?
No. Right now we have about a dozen employees,
okay,
and they are all disabled veterans. Most of them are combat.
Excellent. From
all branches, with the exception of the Space Force.
I
don't think the Space Force has any veterans yet.
Correct. But you have people from all branches, and how about all wars? Do you have any World War II people, or are you starting out?
No, not
there.
Not that young.
How about Korea? Korean War?
No, not Korea, but we do have
Vietnam.
Of course, Vietnam. We have Afghanistan, Iraq.
Yes.
You know.
Right. Definitely. Very good. And do you also have volunteers?
Yes, we do. We probably have around 40 volunteers.
And what are their main functions?
Oh my gosh, everything from making phone calls, sending emails, coming to events to help load in and load out, meeting with our different partners to pick up items, also going to a lot of the stand downs to talk with veterans, find out the services they need, and connect them with the right people to help meet those needs.
I see. Excellent. So when you say pick up items, what kind of items and where do they go with those items?
You know what? Items from clothing, cars, airplane, backpacks, food, candy. It varies. A lot of our partners donate new and used items that we then gift or redistribute to veterans in need.
I see. Now, your wife who's with us today, Patsy Brown, and as I mentioned earlier, Patsy, you have your community closet, a charity that you're 501c3, and Andre, can you talk about that as well?
Yes.
What is you in the chamber? What is your involvement with community closet?
We are proud partners of that. Since our inception in 2017, we have provided clothing to veterans in need. However, it was not a formal program. It was not as organized or streamlined as we would have liked it. So through this program, Patsy's Community Closet, founded by Patsy Brown, we're able to support that. And one of the groups that Patsy's Community Closet benefits is veterans. So it's nice that we don't have to, do all the heavy lifting, but we're able to support the efforts of Patsy's Community Closet, and especially as it relates to veterans being recipients of clothes and some of the things that are distributed.
Okay, well, it just occurred to me on a personal level. So a couple, 2-3 years ago, I was dating somebody, and I had a yard sale, and she brought a whole bunch of her clothes over for the sale, and she ended up selling certain things, and then certain things that didn't sell. And she says, I don't want them. Just keep them here. And they happen to still be in my garage.
Oh, you had
now that I think about it.
You got set up. You had a nester. Oh, she got you.
Oh my God.
Oh, that was smooth. Oh, she got you real smooth.
Oh God.
And
I love where he's going. Stop that.
She got him.
Yes, Chuck, we would appreciate it. Thank you,
Chuck, you should have did the garage sale at her house.
Yeah,
that
right.
way the clothes don't get moved into your. Oh, she got you.
Well,
aren't women brilliant? Women are smart, aren't they?
Well, yeah. But let me finish. But there's more to the story. Not only did she leave the clothes there, but she was originally from Canada, and she ended up moving back to Canada.
Wow.
So now I've got all these women's clothes in the garage, and we're going to have to arrange maybe to have you pick them up or something. I don't know.
Yeah, and you're not going to be able to bring over another girlfriend when you got a woman's clothes there. You got to get that out of there, Chuck.
Can you stop?
I'm
So
teasing.
on air. Oh my God.
But to your point, something like that, if you do have clothing in your house that you're not in need of anymore, or you bought it and you don't want it because maybe it's too big, it's too small, Patsy's Community Closet can definitely use those items, and will make sure they go to a veteran, a senior, a young child in need. Right. So if that's you, visit the website couponingforstudents.com, or you can go to armedforceschamber.vet, and we can arrange to pick up those items, or we can let you know where you can drop them off, and they will go to a person in need who will be greatly appreciative of that.
Yes.
Okay, and the first community closet here in Pahrump is set for September 13th.
Yes.
And it's going to be at Dad's Restaurant.
Yes, Dad's American Diner.
Dad's American Diner, and Dad is donating some space there.
Yes.
And maybe the people that come over, maybe they might order a hamburger or a cup of coffee.
It is delicious.
Okay.
They have the best smash burger. My favorite, I like to order. I get a real nice steak, well done with eggs, and if you have a sweet tooth, they even have great desserts.
Oh, very good.
Chicken wings and fries.
What is it?
Chicken wings and fries.
Chicken wings and fries over there.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. So now we had talked, Patsy. We talked last week, but for those who are just tuning in, I'm going to ask you re-ask you some of those same questions.
Okay.
And the one question is, why did you pick Pahrump for these closets? Number one, why did you pick Pahrump? And number two, do you see maybe in the future expanding to Clark County or other Lincoln County or other areas in southern Nevada?
So number one, I picked Pahrump because I love Pahrump. I'm building my forever retirement home here in Pahrump.
Okay.
This is my home.
Great.
I love Pahrump. And to your second question, yes. So we have we're in talks with other municipalities about coming and doing a very similar pop-up in certain areas. So that's already happening. We're in talks with with Clark County commissioners, other city mayor. Yeah, so we're already doing that.
Taking care of that.
We are taking care of that. We have been fortunate enough to be able to have the items, so when the need is come up in other conversations, when it came to clothing for new graduates of high school transitioning into the workforce, and they're getting the resume assistance, they're getting interview assistance, but they don't have any clothes. So they're not comfortable, or they don't have the means of transportation to get to an interview. So where we've seen those holes, we've been able to come and fill. So I'm pretty happy about that.
And also want to mention the September 13th date for the event. This is not really open to the public. It's for it's specifically set for Children's Family Services. Is
Correct.
that right?
Yes, the one in September. Yes,
Correct.
And October is going to be seniors. November is going to be veterans. However, if you're listening to us, and if you or someone you know is in need of clothes, still reach out.
Yes.
Go ahead and visit the website couponingforstudents.com. Contact us, and when we have a surplus or an extra amount of clothes or items, we would love to make that available to you.
Okay, very good, very good. And again, if people have clothes they want to donate, they can go to the website.
Yes.
And we'll give that out again.
And I wanted to say, part of the reason we're making it private to these certain groups is so that they get to enjoy the full experience of boutique shopping. I mean, it's every girl's dream that someone shuts down a restaurant or a store or Tiffany's to propose,
Yeah.
So it's part of the experience that we have kind of that exclusivity in the shopping experience. Because we're going to have refreshments. We're taking pictures. There's a short program from some inspirational leaders, politicians, they're getting gifted. Everything is free, and it's brand new, and some of it is really expensive and nice. So
very good.
It's an experience.
And now we're specifically talking about the September 13 event, but when you mentioned you have some other things coming up later in the year, are those also going to be at Dad's, or will they be at different locations?
They're going to be at Dad's. If that location changes, just because we outgrew that space. But as of right now, everything is at Dad's American's Diner.
Okay, very good. So, Andre, I want to talk to you a little bit about veterans, about military, and I know you're mostly involved with veterans, not so much active duty, but I got some questions you might be able to comment on. But talking about veterans, first of all, I don't know if you're aware of this. You are, let me rephrase that. I think you probably are aware of recently the government passed the PACT Act. Are you familiar with that PACT Act?
I heard about that.
And that is a comprehensive toxics act, became law in 2022. Former and active service members with medical issues caused by toxic exposure were automatically granted access to benefits and free health care service. They no longer need to establish a link between their illness and exposure to receive assistance, as long as that was one of more than 20 presumptive conditions that they have, and the government says you probably got that from breathing in toxins in Afghanistan and Iraq and all that kind of stuff. But something apparently that has just come up recently, in addition to those 20 presumptive conditions, there's a new condition that's not covered by the PACT Act at this time. It's called exposure to PFAS, which has got a long Latin name, but it's a large group of toxins that have been associated with kidney cancer, reproductive issues, hormone disruption, and other health problems. Now, PFAS are a key component of film-forming foam of fire suppressant substance that was widely used by military firefighting teams for decades. And then the government escalated those levels. They used PFAS in missile systems, electronics, musicians, aircraft, and more. The scientific community has clearly shown that PFAS are harmful to human health. Their widespread use across military installation has led to significant contamination. Despite these conditions, the PACT Act has not listed them as hazardous substances that warrant automatic support. So there are various groups. I've been reading this article by Jordan Cade that was in the Las Vegas Sun. Jordan Cade is an advocate for fair health, fair access to health care and legal support for communities affected by these things. Now, you probably, I'm guessing you may not have heard about this PFAS thing, but what is your comment, if any, with the PACT Act? Do you have members, clients, volunteers who have gone to the VA and as a part of the PACT Act and gotten benefits?
Yes, we do. And I want to first commend the government, commend the VA hospital and the different people for making this possible. It's definitely a step in the right direction. Of course, there's room for improvement by way of including additional things, but it's a step in the right direction. And for all of the people and organizations who advocated to make it possible, keep going, don't give up. I know it took a very long time, and it was a very long fight with a steep climb, but they've proven when you don't give up and you stick to it, you get there eventually. So keep on doing that. Yes, the Armed Forces Chamber does have some members, some staff, some volunteers who are using this right now.
Very good.
To get benefits and to get assistance. Myself, I was vocal over a decade ago and, voicing my displeasure that, hey, if a veteran was ordered to go to Nam or wherever they were and they were exposed to toxins and different things, why do they have to fight or prove they were there, that their sicknesses are linked to that, when it's already been well documented what they were exposed to, in the water, the drinking water, the shower water, or the plane spraying certain chemicals in the air. So like I said, it's a step in the right direction, better late than never.
Right.
Of course, there's room for improvement, but to the veterans out there and to the children of veterans, because with Agent Orange, you can have secondary.
You can have secondary.
And so to those veterans out there and their children, if this is yourself, definitely take advantage of this. Call your caseworker, go see a VSO, go see your doctor, and find out how you can use this program to your benefit. And when you notice gaps in services, or you notice an inefficiency or a place where it could be improved, be vocal about that. Make sure it's documented. Bring it to the right people's attention, because that's the only way that you're going to continue to improve and make things better.
Right, and what you say about hanging in there and fighting the good fight is, goes back to Vietnam when Agent Orange first came up. The government denied that had anything to do with illnesses or toxins or whatever, and it took a long fight, but finally the government said, That Agent Orange stuff did cause a lot of problems. It's still causing problems,
Yes.
but they finally gave benefit to those veterans, a lot of whom, unfortunately, had passed away before
Yes.
they went ahead and did that. But like you say, you got to keep on going.
That's
and
right.
Keep on going. I want to talk also a little bit, moving on, about the military. I guess that because of Vietnam and Afghanistan and Iraq, our military, according to sources that I'm reading from, but I know that are correct, our military was working mostly in trying to work with conventional weapons, combat vehicles, helicopters, things that were produced in the Reagan administration and were revamped and upgraded multiple times over the past 40 years. They were looking for they were looking for guerrilla type training for guerrilla type work, looking for people in the jungle and then later in the desert and in the Middle East. But now they're realizing that while they were doing that, some of our enemies were working with more future type weapons. China and Russia, of course, even some Middle Eastern countries. We needed to upgrade our helicopters, upgrade our weapons, upgrade our land-based Tomahawk cruise missiles to work against the government, because in some ways China has kind of moved ahead and gone ahead with new technology and what. And now the military has started, the Army has started the Army Futures Command, and they're looking into new tech innovations. They're working with anti-hacking, which China's been very good, hacking into our government resources, coming up with new weapons, contracting techniques that resemble practices more by businesses in the commercial sector where tech innovation takes place. So I just wonder if you might comment on that. I don't know if you've that involved with active duty as opposed to only with veterans and whatnot. But what are your thoughts about our military getting more technologically involved and working to beef up our defenses?
Well, the Armed Forces Chamber, we are definitely heavily involved with active duty and also Guard Reserve. My thoughts about this that you just shared, you know what? It's something that should be done more and better than what we have. What a lot of people don't know is a lot of inventions that the civilian world enjoys actually originated in the military. Everything from the QR code to drones, cell phones, but a lot of things that are commonplace that we use right now was first developed in the military. So we've already started being a trendsetter in the military with items that now have a civilian purpose or usage. We need to keep going in that same direction. In regards to China and some of the other countries that might be leading the pack in different areas, if it were up to me, I would say let's recruit some of them. But I know there's a lot of bureaucracy and red tape and rules and, things that regulate that. But we don't have to reinvent the wheel. If some of those people, no longer want to be citizens of the country where they're from, or they want to live somewhere different or pursue other interests, if we're able to take all the security measures and precautions, why not recruit them to come do that for us and to help us not only advance to be the best we can be, but to lead the pack and do a better job than some of the other countries. I say let's go forward. I mean, when you look at just the last, let's say 24 to 36 months in America, and you're hearing stories about the weather balloons that are flying, in our skies that came from China. When you look at the stories about I want to say it was either China or Russia, but one of the countries were able to hack the cell phones of President Trump and some of the people in his campaign. You just look at the different things going on. There are groups of people and countries who are ahead of us and more sophisticated in certain ways. And in order for us to stay the number one superpower that we are, we need to tap into those things and improve and be able to cut past the red tape and the bureaucracy to do so. That's always been one of the biggest hurdles and challenges with federal, state, and local government in America is we have so much red tape that it takes an act of Congress or it takes something very tragic and horrific to move the needle, to move the scale. We've got to do away with that.
Right. Well, the last thing I want to ask you, which is related to what you're talking about, but I don't know if you've paid much attention or not to the fact that our deficit is growing and growing and growing. Now, of course, that affects our military. It affects our defenses. We've got red ink all over the place, and the defense budget is probably the largest item in our annual budget. We don't even know how much it is. A lot of those things are kept quiet and they're hidden under different places, you know. But what about the deficit? You have any ideas how we might reduce that? And you have any thoughts about how it's affecting our national defense?
You know what? I definitely do. And if memory serves me correct, Chuck, you have a bit of experience in finance or taxes, correct?
In finance and investing.
Okay. All right. So good. So one of the things that people don't realize is this. You know, when you look at taxes, personal and business, you are allowed to show expenditures, even if you did not actually spend all that money, and claim losses and roll it over. When it comes to our deficit, America does that a lot. On paper, we will show in our budget and line items and different headings where we've allocated or spent the money, not allocated, we have purposed money to go in certain areas, did not necessarily spend it, but claim it as a loss, but then later on be able to redirect that somewhere else. So in summary, I'm saying our budget, which includes or impacts the deficit, a lot of it is padded. It's not really there. That money is put there so it can be redistributed and reallocated to other budgets for things. So we've got to cut through that and just be a lot more transparent about really what it is we need, where that money is going to go. There is some wasteful spending in a lot of different departments. That can definitely be done away with. But the few times I've looked at the budget with people like yourself, finance people, CPAs, you can see a lot of time where it's padded, things are made up, and it might say the money is supposed to go towards trees, but it's really going towards something different. So I think transparency will help alleviate and help us do away with a lot of that. And the American people, I think we can handle the truth. If the money needs to be for weapons, if it needs to be for health care or whatever that is, I think we can handle that. And I don't think that the government and the individuals in it will have to face the backlash that maybe they fear and is the reason they use to be very covert and very secretive about how that money is being spent.
That's right, definitely. Well, I think we definitely need a strong defense, and we definitely need to cut back on our deficit and the red tape and printing money when there's nothing there to back it up, which is part of the problem.
Correct.
And I know if you and I tried to do that, we could just print money and tell the IRS, well, here's our paper money. You know
what? My wife and kids would be a lot happier. They think there's a money tree in the backyard.
Absolutely. So, all right. Well, we're down to our last minute. One more time. First of all, Andre, people want to get in touch with you about the chamber. What's the best way to do that?
It is visit us online at armedforceschamber.vet. That's ARMEDFORCES CHAMBER.vet. And if you're looking for assistance in the area of business, or if you need resources or want to help distribute resources to veterans, definitely give us a call, visit us online, and we'd be happy to assist.
Okay. And Patsy Brown, people want more information about Patsy's Community Closet. What's the best way to get in touch with you?
They could go to the website, and that's couponingforstudents.com.
Okay, very good. Is that... Oh, wait, no, that's not right. Come on now. People sneak into the studio here, and I don't know how to
We got to put some locks on those doors.
That's right.
Thank you for having us, Chuck, and thank you for your service, and happy early Purple Heart today.
Thank you very much. Thanks for being here.
You.
And this is Chuck Ann Baker, and we'll see you on the radio.